let's dive into why some days just feel so much longer than others.
You know that feeling, right? Where you're just watching the clock and every single second seems to stretch on forever?
But then, the weirdest thing happens. A week goes by, and you can barely remember any of it. That day that felt endless just vanished. So how can a day feel so long in the moment, but leave no trace in our memory?
Okay, let's start with that feeling of a day dragging on while it's actually happening.
In a word, it's boredom. When you're bored, time itself just seems to stretch out.
See, your brain is always scanning your environment, hungry for new information. And when it comes up empty, your internal clock just seems to grind to a halt.
But to really get this, we have to completely rethink what our brain's clock actually is. This is where it gets really interesting, because how we feel time passing in the moment is the complete opposite of how we remember it later on.
Your brain doesn't have some tiny, perfect stopwatch inside, you know? It's not ticking off seconds and minutes like a watch on your wrist. That's not how it works at all.
Instead, your brain literally builds your sense of time from the ground up, and it uses your experiences as the raw material.
So, what's the most important ingredient in this whole process? Well, it all comes down to one thing: new information.
Think of it like this. A routine day is like a blurry, low-resolution photo to your brain. But a day packed with new experiences, that's like a vibrant, high-definition movie.
And this brings us to a perfect real-world example, something I'm sure you've felt before. It's often called the vacation paradox.
First, just picture a totally average Tuesday. You wake up, take the same commute, do the same work, and head home. Super familiar, right?
Your brain has seen all of this 1,000 times, so it doesn't have to work very hard. It just flips on the autopilot to save energy. Now compare that to the first day of a vacation. You're exploring a new city, finding your hotel, tasting new food, seeing new sights. Everything is different. Suddenly, your brain is flooded with new data, so autopilot's off. It is wide awake and it's recording absolutely everything. And here's what's really happening under the hood. All that new data is being converted into memories. Which means, when you look back, the length of a day has almost nothing to do with the 24 hours on the clock.
It's all about the number of memories you made. That vacation day feels so long and full because your brain created a ton of new memory files. The routine Tuesday is a blur because there was basically nothing new to save.
So the simplest way to put it is this. When you look back, your perceived time is just a measure of how many new moments your brain decided were worth recording. And all of this leads to a pretty simple but kind of profound final thought about how we experience our lives. In the end, we don't remember days, we remember moments.